What's going on, guys? Marcus from Wall Street Assassins back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about our Sunday stock talk, basically key stocks we're watching for the week. But before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. And let's talk about the news for this week. So first off, we got CPI data coming out on Wednesday, jobless claims coming out on Thursday, retail sales data coming out on Friday. So far, nobody important speaking. So definitely before you guys start trading, guys, always want to make sure you guys cover all your bases. You guys could get the economical calendar actually on Market Watch. You guys could check that out. Earnings season is coming up right now, so we do have some earning stocks coming up. These are some stocks that are having earnings. We have Fastenal on Tuesday. We have Delta on Wednesday. Main one we probably want to watch is probably going to be Wells Fargo on Thursday. Domino's follows up on Thursday. That's basically pre-market. Those are going to happen. We have Goldman Sachs on Friday morning, and that's pretty much it for the week. Pretty clean, simple earnings, but just starting off the earnings. More companies are to come, so definitely want to keep an eye on possible stocks you guys may possibly want to swing. Make sure they don't have earnings. Earnings can basically cause a major change in the stock on that day, so definitely want to keep that on watch. I'll be posting them up, and also you guys can find them on Earning Whispers on Instagram. So going into this week, we want to watch a few stocks. Of course, we're going to be watching the SPY, which is the S&P 500. We can see that the past couple of days, we kind of triple bottom over here, pushed up towards that 441 area, started to pull back. I think if we start holding above 438, we could start pushing back up towards 441. But this is the 180-day chart. And then I think we need to get at least above 443. 443 is that SMA line, which has been acting as resistance multiple times. Once we get above 443, I think we could start being bullish. You guys could already see that happening on the 20-day. We actually got above the 20-day trade line. We just need to hold above it. If we start to hold above 433, we could continue this bullish trend. If not, we start to break that, we could possibly retest the lower lows from 433 down towards 431, maybe even 425. So keep a watch on that. On the overall market this week, definitely need to hold above those levels to continue our trend, right? So at 438 towards that 441, if not 433 down towards 432, maybe even lower. So watch out for that. A few stocks we want to talk about is Tesla. Tesla is actually moving from California to Texas. No major movement from the stock per se, but we do have a common resistance around this 807 level, which has been resistance in the past. I think once we break that level, we could start pushing up towards 829. If not, and we start to pull back, you can see we're finding some type of support at 780, and then we could start basically coming back down towards 763. So watch out for that. Very sideways motion with Tesla, respecting that 807 level and the 760 level. So watch out to see if we break up from these two levels, then we could see some possible move to the upside or possible move to the downside. Next one we want to talk about is Moderna. So Moderna has been basically pulling back from its highs of 498. We can see that it's basically started to go sideways over here. You want to see if it's finally finding some type of support. It's done this before. It's kind of like a descending step and staircase. You guys can see that every time it's dropped, it goes sideways, drops again, goes sideways, drops again, goes sideways. So let's see if it's finally finding support. And the only confirmation we're going to get is once it breaks that common resistance at that 315. If I zoom in, you can see we tested 315 twice. So we need to break above 315 before we can start to push up towards 346. So watch out for that, 315 to 346. And if not, 291 down towards 257. So Moderna actually has a nice little gap down. There is no major support and resistance levels after it breaks that 290 section. So definitely watch out for that. Moderna does make huge moves. It does make massive moves. We see like $20 days, $10 days. So definitely want to keep Moderna on watch for this week. Next one we want to talk about is Facebook. So Facebook's been struggling to make new highs. You can see it's went from 251 to 384, and it's basically been pulling back. It's sitting at is sitting at 329 right now, going sideways. I think if we break 337, we can start pushing up towards those 346 levels. If not, it does look like it's making a descending wedge right here. We could possibly break 328 down towards 322. They do have earnings coming up on the 25th, so keep a watch out for that. Typically stocks like to move big right before the earnings, so watch out Facebook for this week. Next one we want to talk about is Apple. So Apple, kind of same situation, right? Basically was trading at 157, pulled down, double bottom over here actually at that 139 level, pushed up towards 147. I think if we break 147, we could start touching 147.89. If not, 142.50 down towards 141. They have earnings coming up this month on the 28th, so watch out for Apple. Last but not least, Affirm. So we've been talking about Affirm in our past few videos, saying that this looked like a giant gap fill, and the gap fill has basically been completed, right? We hit at least a high of 145. If we break this 146.90 level, we haven't been pretty much any higher than that. It's a strong possibility we could start pushing up towards 150 and maybe even 160 if the volume basically starts to kick in. So definitely want to watch that. You see that we're basically respecting that step and staircase pattern on the way up. If we do start to break down lower, I'm definitely watching that break of 131 down towards 121, because not only if this is a gap fill pattern, this could also be a double top, and typically a double top is a bearish pattern. So watch out for that. Hopefully you guys all have a great trading week. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.